Good morning, everybody. I hope you're okay. My name is Agnes. I'm the director and founder of MPA Coaching. It's a recruitment and placement agency which helps international students to come to the UK and carry out unpaid work placement with UK-based companies. So with these students, we help them with not only placing them with UK small and medium-sized businesses, but we also help them find accommodation, visit London through walking guided tours, and also help them develop. So today I am accompanied with with my my accountant. We've done some we've done some no, I can't because we're live now. And so we've been introducing him as Prince Daramola. He's an accountant and has been also one of our faithful business owners who has been taking on students for quite some time now, for nearly 5 to 7 years. And today he is my guest. So without further ado, I would like Mr. Daramola to introduce himself.
Okay, my name is Prince Daramola. I'm the founder of Prince & Co Accountancy Service Limited.
Okay, can you give us more information about you, what you do, how you help small businesses with their accounting?
I started business about 17 years ago. I've been working with smaller companies, help them to achieve their goals in accounting and try to give them the best possible advice.
Okay. So now can you talk to us about your proudest achievement? It could be maybe your children, it could be maybe you've helped businesses develop and have the best service possible.
Well, my proudest achievement is to help company go, example like MPA Coaching. When I met MPA Coaching, she was like a small company. Now it's really, really big, and she can even vouch for me. That's how help her go to the extent that she is now.
Okay, wow, that's your proudest achievement. Yes. Oh, thank you very much. And what is at the moment? What are the plans for Prince & Co? What are your plans? Because maybe with the Brexit, but also with everything happening.
Well, at the moment, I got my daughter working for me. And we're trying to develop the business. We're trying to do more campaign to try to double the turnover of the company, make it more. But we still want to. Our core business is small business, and we still want to still concentrate on helping small one-man band business to continue to grow.
Okay. Can you, obviously, when we met, I was a very, very young startup, small business. What can you, as an accountant, put in place to really guide and structure small businesses? People like me, I didn't even know how to do accounting, what I was supposed to write and everything.
What we're trying to do, we're trying to try for the client to be as disciplined as possible, the way they maintain the record, the way they try to their cash flow, how to maintain their cash flow, how to discipline, how to control between expanding the business, to make sure that when they spend it, they only spend when they need to spend, and also just trying to be more disciplined and trying to at the end of each financial year, we look at the account, we try to advise them where they've gone wrong this year, what they should do the following year for them to achieve more business.
Okay. I have to actually personally recommend them because Prince has helped me a lot to have that discipline in the way I spend the money and how I distribute my finances, to keep the records, the receipts, to write on it. Because when you pay something today, in a year's time, when he will ask you for the account, to present the account, you'll be wondering, oh, what did I do with, what was this receipt about? So I took even now the discipline to write on the receipts what it was for. When I withdrew money, I write on it what it was for, so that it can help me to remember maybe a few years or few months later what it was about. So can you tell us what is your unique selling point? I hope you know, because me, I will give my own testimony of it. What's your unique selling point?
My unique selling point is like we try to walk around the client instead of the client to walk around us. We're trying to, because most business you have to find, we are more flexible on the time that we open, the time that we contact the client. We're trying to force the client, even when we need information, we don't want the client, we don't wait for the client to give us the information, we force them for the information in time. It's just that we're trying to just walk around the client, and we are more flexible the way we deal with our clients.
Okay.
We become like a third person in the business.
Yes, I can confirm that, because that's what I had in mind. I remember when I first met Prince and we started working together. He was always calling me, asking me about the business. We had lunches together. It was I'm like, oh, what is this, the problem with this man? He's my accountant. I'm supposed just to meet him maybe once or twice a year. But I was always keeping in contact with him, meeting him outside the office hours, trying to really, I think he was trying to really understand.
Trying to motivate you more to see where you've gone wrong, what you can do, what you can achieve. Because what I mean is, after I look at the figure, I can interpret the figure more like a picture, and I can see what are the potential in the business. So that's what I was trying to do. And I know if I give you a better service, unique service, you'll be able to recommend my business to somebody else.
Yeah, and I think also you were trying to understand my business too.
That's it. Yes, to see how it works. So because if I got more understanding, I can able to interpret the figure more and give you more good advice.
Yes. So really, I recommend him once again on this video. So now we're going to go on to the hire an intern part. Can you give us an experience and your testimony, or can you talk to us about really openly about hiring interns, your first intern, for example?
Well, you've been telling me about intern for a long time. Then I would say, oh no, I don't want it. Until the first time, then you said to me, let me get a new one. Then actually I get the first one, which was the lady was called Elodie.
Yes.
I was surprised. Although there was barrier in the language, but I was surprised how dynamic and how easy then for them to understand and to grasp the idea. And they did help. I mean, they was taking all the other bits that was I was finding it tedious to do. And it was really help for me when the first one come. And since then, I will always recommend somebody to do it. I think because the people that you be sending, they're young, it's easy to understand the aspect of the accounting side. I didn't have any problem in any of the intern that you sent to me.
Okay. And Elodie, I know that she was more than an intern to you.
The problem was the good thing about Elodie, because at the moment she did stay for long. She stayed for about 9 months, which was very good. Okay. Because if you have an intern that stay for 3 months, by the time they understand what they're supposed to be doing, it's already late. So that's why it's nice to get one that stay for long. So because they stay for long, they help a lot.
Okay. And Elodie was really a member of the family.
Yeah.
Yes. And the lunchtime. And
she just go to my fridge and just take care of my food.
And really, that aspect is really something that also push the students to give the best out.
She was really good. She really gave me a good service. And because of that first experience, it makes me to say, okay, I want to have more intern. And so far, all the one that you've been giving me, they've been really up to the business. They've been a part of the business.
Part of the business. And recently also, you had one young lady, Eloise.
Yeah, that did my IT, I did my advertising campaign, which was social media, because we didn't do any social media, and she really did well. Even I really want another one, but now you not give me one.
Yes, not.
Still waiting.
Still waiting. Okay, you are embarrassing me. No, I'm joking. But what is social media for a small business today?
Well, To me, it's just new to me. I'm an old dinosaur, so it's still new to me. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's something that work for an accountant at the moment. We're trying it, but I don't think it work for an accountant. It's more because core of my new business came from recommendation. So social media is not my type of business. I don't think social media might help, but it's something I'm still looking at.
Because I think it will help. I remember when Eloise was here, I would see you more often on Facebook. I would see advertising about a promotion.
Well, as I said, that's the thing. You might spend those time doing it, but I don't think it did convert client coming to me. I don't see any client that come to me say, okay, it was YouTube because you was on Facebook. You understand? Because I find accountant is more a personalized service. You understand? People want to be, because it's something that when somebody have an accountant, it's like somebody they want to trust. You understand? And I think maybe exposing yourself, that might be a negative effect if when you expose yourself too much on social media, most people might be shy away from because you've done that. So I don't think, I might think that maybe an accountant have to be, because everybody wants to keep what they do on their business more private than exposing it. Maybe that's one factor.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe accountant is not a social media maybe it's accountant. So because after she did a 6-month campaign, I didn't go any client that come to me and say, okay, well, because I saw you on Facebook, that's why they come.
But I think we can put a parallel between the way you've been consistent with me, and obviously with all your social your companies that you help and want to really push to go to another level. It will also be the same for social media, because if you're just present once, then 10 years later you come back again, people don't see that consistency. But the more you are, it's like Coca-Cola. Today everybody knows Coca-Cola, but they're still advertising.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I've not seen the result yet, because if I spend 6 months on social media and no clients have come on to social media, so it might be difficult. So it might be difficult for me to tell that social media works.
Okay. So now, can you talk to us about the challenges that you encountered? Obviously, you spoke about the fact that the English language, the English level might be a bit challenging.
Challenging what, on intern?
Yeah, for the interns.
The English language is one, and the other thing again, I just think that maybe that when an intern is coming, you have to make sure that where they live in to the office have to be very close, because I find the timing again very, like the last one I have, the time they coming in, because they might live very far, and the problem they're not used to this travel system. So the time they come in, they come back, maybe they come like 10 o'clock, and that time I've already in my zone of doing my work. Well, I mean, for me to tell them what to do, but if they come early, then that's one of the things. That's one of the aspects of that's one of the challenges. Apart from that, most of the time, everything is really good. And also the other challenge is the time they spend. I just think that it might be nice to get somebody like in a minimum, maybe 3 months or 6 months. But if they come in for 2 months, they take you 1 month to understand what you do. And the following month, they're gone, and you have used to that person. You like them to do certain things, and suddenly they have to go. I just think that we should try to get somebody that lasts maybe minimum 5 to 6 months, which is really good, or above 4 months. But I just think 2 months is very short. That's why if you said to me, you're going to get intern, I want to stay for 2 months, I rather don't start it, because it takes you time to train the person. And after you spend that time training the person, then they have to live within 2 months. It's not that good.
Yeah, I know it's a bit difficult, but obviously the school also give them a specific time for them to come. But also what some businesses have said is like, within this time frame, you can give them a specific, maybe not accounting job, but something around the accounting job, maybe admin jobs, maybe working on social media or.
Well, you see, the problem is if I go as somebody that come for account, it's very difficult to divert that person to do social media because they think that might not be what she's looking for. And most of them have to give a feedback to the school what they've done. And if you said, well, I came for an accountant, but I'm doing 40% of my time with social media, I don't think that will go well on the results.
Yes.
So they have to do. So I tend not to mix it. They do a bit of admin work because the first thing anybody that come, the first thing they do is to do the filing for them to understand the way the company work.
Yes.
It's just like, but the thing is, they do specific things. Well, I mean, most of them that come, they do specific things because they think you want to give them something to do and you want to leave them to do. You don't want to be chasing them all the time.
Yes.
So you tend to give them because by me chasing them all the time, it wastes my time. So but they pretty, those are the only thing I find are the challenges.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing this. We haven't finished yet. And the last two questions. If you were Prime Minister or the President of France, Monsieur Emmanuel Macron, you actually look a bit like him. I was wondering, what would you change, either in the system, in the thinking, in what would you change in the education that the students are receiving, or maybe with whatever is happening at the moment with the young Black people in London? What would you do?
Well, you have to understand, I don't know much about the French system. But one thing I would say, I just think that getting students to come for intern as part of their education is a very, very good thing.
Yes.
Because the thing is, most people think you can finish school and doing work on education is one thing, but working in a working environment, the culture is different. So by them doing an intern, it gives them a lot of things that they learn that they might not know until when they go to the workplace.
Yes.
So it's very good. That's one system. I think if England education can adapt that before somebody finish their education, they do an intern, because it's not always, you might do an account, but if you don't go and work in an accounting field, you might not know whether you like it or not.
Yes.
You understand? So what you study, you might not even like it. So by you going to the environment, that will help you to understand, so if that's the field you want to go down, which is good. I just think that to make a comment about the French educational system is difficult for me because I don't know the system I work.
Yes, but what you're saying is actually very good, because a lot of students give me some in testimonies like, oh, I want to be a wedding planner, but through these 2 months, 3 months internship, working with a wedding planner and seeing the reality, it's not every day, and the stress behind it, the organization and planning, it really gives them now a better idea of, okay, that's definitely what I want, or definitely not at all. So
yeah, I'll give you an example. I mean, most people watch CSI, they think that being a private detective, that's what it is. But working in the real world, it's 100% different. I've seen most people that they watch CSI, they say, oh, I want to be a private detective because they think it's like that. But working in the real world is totally different.
It's different.
A police guy said to me, say, look, what they see in the television, you never find any evidence in all these things that they say they find evidence. There's those things, it's unreal. So that's what it is. So unless you work in that environment, you will not know. So you help them, you understand? Because it's a different culture. Working in a workplace is a different culture.
Yes. Yeah. And accountants also are different. The way you will work, it will be different from the way another accountant will work. And you will have to adapt to.
Well, the thing I just find that if you're a small business, don't go for a bigger accountant. Because when you go for a bigger accountant, it's like you're numbers, you're not an individual. Because, well, I mean, the fee you're paying is just a fraction of what their total turnover is. So to you, they don't count you as an individual.
Yes.
You understand? So you go for a smaller accountant, which is good. They will give you more personalized service.
Yes, exactly.
Like we do.
Very good. Now you see, you're promoting your business. So now, the last question. If you were marooned on a desert island, which historical figure would you like to spend your time with and why?
What's the meaning of maroon?
If you were like if you were stuck on a desert island, who would you like to spend your time with and why? It could be historical. It could be somebody who, one of our oh, Abba, okay. Donna. You like Abba?
That's my wife if she's talking about it.
Okay. So who would you like to be marooned or stuck with? Somebody said Nelson Mandela, Barack Obama. We even had what's his name? Kanye West. Kanye West. Yes.
I'm a very individual person. I just think maybe if I'm talking, what I'll say is I'll rather be with my family there than I'm not that into individual role model like stars. I'm just an individual person that what somebody have done doesn't inspire me on my own level. So I'd rather be with my family.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what inspires you with your family, for example?
Because my life is involved. Everything I do, I try to do it. I try to, all my achievements that I've done is to try to make sure I got perfect family. Well, not perfect, to make sure that the world brought up, they be in a position that I'm really proud of, which I think I've achieved.
Okay, because Shade also is it works with you, and she's doing a good job. Sometimes a bit better than you, I have to say.
Well, a few clients have said that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So yeah, and Donna is very good also, very faithful, very disciplined. Yes. Yeah, they're listening to you. You need to say yes.
Yes.
I agree, exactly. They're watching you and the audience is watching you too.
No, well, without them, Mom, in the business, you need people who will work with you because, as I said, when I started, I was doing it on my own. Now, I tell everybody go there, everybody go there, defined role that we don't interlock. Everybody do what they're supposed to be doing, which is good.
Yes.
Which is good, and it helps the business as well.
And it helps, yes. One, fantastic. So thank you very much, Mr. Daramola, for really giving us your time. Okay, I was expecting a hat because on the flyer you had a beautiful hat. So I was expecting a hat, but unfortunately you didn't. And do you have any message that you want to give to our audience or small businesses who are still maybe hesitating and struggling maybe to find a way to do it all and would need some interns maybe?
Oh, well, if you're a small business and trust me, those young people are very dynamic. Don't be shy. They think that they might not know the business. They can just pick it up just like that. It's easy for them to pick it up. Easy. Well, on the account side, all you have to do when you run the business, just make sure you discipline. Or now you run the business, make sure you the way you record your figures, make sure that's very, very, very important. You understand? Every penny that you spend, make sure you record it. That's very important.
Okay. Wow. Thank you very much, Mr. Daramola, for these valuable, how can I say, advice. Yes, and for being such a good accountant. I hope I have a big discount. Thank you very much for following us today. It was Agnes Bangura, Director and Founder of MPA Coaching, and I had the great pleasure of being with Mr. Daramola today. Thank you, and I hope to talk to you and see you soon. Bye-bye. Au revoir.
Au revoir.